Right, so if you're a beginner and you want to learn XSS, I'm going to introduce you to the basic of XSS exploitation. And I'm going to use Brute Logic's website, as this website basically teaches XSS very, very well, right? It basically gets you to think about XSS, and it gets you to understand XSS and how to basically escape certain situations and still manage to inject our payload, right? So basically, I'll link this website in the description below. It's free, you don't have to sign up. You just need to come here and just learn it, obviously, if you want to learn. Right, so this is the first level I'm going to show you, because this is, I would say, very, very good level, because it shows you how to inject JavaScript or XSS into simple websites. So what we have here is an example of reflected XSS, right? And reflected, as the name suggests, reflects, right? So this is not stored. Stored is when it comes to storing XSS. This is reflected. This doesn't get saved in the website. It reflects in any search bars or and if basically most of the time search terms, right? Search bars, that's where you usually find reflected XSS. So one thing we need to do is we need to look at the source code, right? And basically before we do this, we need to input our values. So in this case, I'm going to put Haxar. And the way we find XSS, we need to find a parameter, right? So in this case, P01 is our parameter. That's basically responsible for our title tag, right? So this is our XSS, right? So we have managed to find, actually I'll show you a bit better way how to look for XSS. So if you come here on the website, as basically we refresh the website, we can see that Haxar is responsible for the title, right? So now what we can do is we can either inject HTML or we can inject JavaScript. Now it's matter how the website developer designed the website. Also, it's matter to the website application firewall, to the WAF, if you're gonna get blocked or no, right? But HTML injection or JavaScript they're neither good for the website, right? It's a vulnerability, and it's usually within the scope of a bug bounty. So if you manage to find XSS, you most likely can get some money for it, right? It's between, I think, like $200 to $500. I'm not really sure, because it's up to the program how much they pay you and the impact, right? So in this case, as I had Haxar, right? But the thing is, if I put a payload in my title tag, what's gonna happen? Well, let's see in a second, right? So as you can see, I didn't get blocked, right? So let's come through the source code, and I'm gonna explain in a second how to look for XSS and how to create payloads for websites, right? So basically, as you can see in the title tag, I have managed to execute my JavaScript XSS payload. But the thing is, it did not give me a pop-up, right? Because the alert causes the pop-up to show up. But the thing is, it never did. Why? Why did it not show up? And this is basically where XSS is very important to understand how it works. Because we're in a title tag, it's not going to execute. It's not going to execute because we're setting the script alert as our title. It's not going to execute, right? But what do we do in this situation? Well, in this situation, what we can do is we can close the title tag. So if we just basically put title in front of our payload, what's going to happen is we have opened a title tag, or the website has opened the title tag, but we've closed it with our payload. And we've basically managed to inject our script into the website, into the source code, right? So now when I close the view source, as you can see, I've got a pop-up, which means I've managed to successfully inject my XSS payload, right? And this is how simple it is, and when there's no filtering, right? Because this is obviously, remember that, as I said, there's WAFs that will block you. Cloudflare and Akamai are pretty strong. They will definitely catch it out. Cloudflare will definitely catch it. And you need to be sort of, I would say, sneaky beaky. And after some time, after, I would say, a couple months, you will definitely know how to bypass most of the firewalls. There is ways I've managed to bypass some firewalls with different payloads, right? And there's also filtering. As I said, filtering is another thing. That's why you need to understand how to escape tags. You need to understand how to escape tags, how to escape values, how to escape attributes. And the more you do it, the more you learn, right? Just like with anything, the more you do it, the more you're going to learn. Okay, so I found a very, very good level where basically we need to escape the tag, right? And as you can see, what we have here is I've managed to input our script alert, right? But it doesn't execute. So in this situation, what we need to do is we need to escape. But how do we escape, right? And it's basically very, very simple. If you look at the whole, basically sort of our value, what we can do is we don't need to look at the tags. What we can also look is at the basically the double quotations, right? What we can do is we can look at the arrows and double quotations. So what we can do is input this between our payload and the sort of the text. And what we'll do is it will close the whole value, right? So I'll just show you right how to do this. So here's our Haxor word or keyword. And if I just put double quotes and the right arrow, right? As you can see, what I've managed to do is inject and close it early, right? So closed it, and I've managed to escape it and basically execute. And by the way, if it's highlighted on red like this, it like shows you no errors, that usually means that you have managed to successfully escape the input validation or the inputs, right? As you can see, what I've done is I just closed the brackets and I've managed to execute XSS successfully. So as I said, XSS, it takes time to learn it. You should try and do XSS as much as you can if that's your plan to learn XSS. Obviously, everyone's different. You might take you a bit longer, it might take you a bit less time to sort of master XSS, but it's just a matter of time. Don't stress out, just do it, just learn it, try and learn every day, try and learn it for a week, then take a break, and then after those couple days, try and do it again, because then you remind yourself how it was done, and then just keep reminding yourself, right? And as I said, if you want to learn, this is the best website to do so. It's free. You don't have to pay anything, and you learn a lot of XSS. And also, apart from this, there's also some blogs that shows you how to do certain what to do in certain situations, or what to do when the website does this and stuff like this, right? This website is a gold mine of free information. Now, like I just said, remember to check this website out. It is absolutely awesome. As you can see, basically this website is all about XSS. So you have XSS with hoisting, training XSS muscles. That basically is just the stuff I showed you. Building payloads, CSP bypass, so content security policy, headers and HTTP, filter bypass, right? So there's a lot of stuff that you need to basically, if that's your plan to learn XSS, as I said, make sure to check this website out because it's awesome. And also what you can have here is all posts, right? So I'm not really sure how many posts this is, but it looks about 50 plus, right? Don't forget to check out my other videos, which should be in the playlist somewhere on the screen. If not, then there should be some cards, or at the end of the video, there should be something to show you some other stuff that you need to learn for bug bounty or for pen testing or for full hack.